Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Bench Mob ENT, the best sports podcast in New Jersey. We got a special guest on with us tonight. Jarrett L. Spence is in the building, photographer, NBA journalist, and I'm not going to get it wrong, so I'm going to read it. NBA journalist for the Stop and Pop, Wizard of Alls for the Wizards, and Wisconsin Sports Heroics for the Bucks, and the resident Knicks fan. How are you doing?
I'm good, bro. How you doing today?
I'm good. Can't complain. I want to start. You're writing for the Wizards. You're writing for the Bucks. Let's start with the Wizards. I saw a video that came out recently. Is Jordan Poole like, nah, this is my team. He ain't paying attention. And timeouts, one of the top turnovers. What are you seeing from this Wizards squad? I know you wrote an article recently, too, that Kuzma is becoming the best player. Outside looking in, it seems like they competing to be the man there, Kuz and Poole.
So honestly, I thought Jordan Poole was going to be the man before the season started, because everybody was talking about him being the next James Harden, and because he's coming from a six-man position on the Warriors to becoming a starter here in Washington. But I'm not gonna lie, he's a little disappointing at this point. I feel like he's going to figure it out. But I feel like Kuz is by far the best player. He's been the most consistent so far. He hasn't scored less than 20 so far, and he's really showing like he's ready to take that step to be an all-star. Personally, I thought he should have been an all-star last year. I voted for him, but maybe he'll make it this year. But we got to see, because the Wizards, they haven't won a lot of games.
It's been hard watching Wizards games.
Yeah.
I don't know if they got the show anymore, but basically every Wizards game is a Shaq and a Fool episode. Like,
oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
It's been tough, and like you said, I was surprised too. Like, I was one of the ones. Yo, Jordan Poole, MIP this year, he gonna average 30. And I was seeing why Draymond might have punched him.
Man. See, a lot of people is saying that. It's like we're starting to see why Draymond did what he did. I mean, I get it. And he's still young. He's still learning how to be a leader. So that's why I'm giving him that like kind of grace. Because from what his teammates are saying, he is showing he wants to be the leader and he's taking that initiative. I just think that moment at that time got caught in a bad position, not paying attention, and people recording it. So we just got to see how the season goes.
Speaking of, I know you are not a Warriors fan, but NBA Threads is lit. We was talking about it before the show. What's your take on? We had V-necks, we had chokeholds, WWE. What was your take on the whole Draymond saga and the Klay Thompson saga that happened last night?
So I ain't gonna lie, I had just turned off the TV. I was starting to get ready to go to bed. And I was like, let me just scroll through Instagram real quick. And I see that. That was the first thing I seen. I was like, hold on. So I think personally, Draymond, I get that people trying to say he's defending his guy and everything, trying to get Gobert off of Klay. But my thing is, you got the man almost a full Nelson. You know what I'm saying? And he's locked in on him and grabbing him and pulling him. And I'm like, all you got to do is kind of like grab him and then just throw him to the side or something like that. You don't got to do all that. Because people were saying, oh, Gobert grabbed Klay around the neck. Gobert grabbed him probably for like 0.5 seconds. And it wasn't really like a thing where he was like fighting. It was like he's trying to break it up. Draymond literally went crazy and just dragged him. And it's like, okay, and we all know how Draymond gets. We know his history. So that's why people are taking it like he's wild.
You think he gets suspended? And if so, how many games you think he gonna get? Like you said, the history.
Yeah,
this might be a nice little 5-10 one, in my opinion.
I think it's gonna be like a 5 to 10 one. Like, how many games did he get for the Sabonis stomp? Was it like a game?
It was a game.
So yeah, he'll probably get at least 5. Because you know what it is. Also, I think with his reputation, but also you gotta take into account this is the playing tournament. This is the first time they're having it. and they try to market this really big this up, and then Draymond did all that. So it's like you gotta look at it from a standpoint as like the NBA is trying to market this big thing, and Draymond has this history behind his whole controversy. So I think he's going to get a little bit of he's going to get a fine and he's going to get a suspension.
I think at this point, man, when you look at Draymond, yes, you had 4 rings, but since those 4 rings, it should have been 5. And after that, you feel me? The antics have been overplayed, and you put it on threads, and people were talking about it. If Steph not playing, it seemed like Draymond's gonna make sure.
Like he's just not gonna play. Like, oh, man, like I noticed this the year Steph was out, 2019-2020 season. Steph was out. He only played 5 games that year. It was one game. It was like, I kid you not, it was probably like 3 minutes left in the first quarter. And I think Draymond got ejected or something like that. He got technical, then he got ejected like later on in the game. And I'm like, do you want to play? Like Steph is not there, so I get it. And, Clay is out, so this is your chance to actually show you can be the guy. Everybody's talking about Draymond triple single, and maybe he can score. Like I had this ongoing conversation with one of my friends. Right, he swore Draymond could be like a 20-point scorer on his own team. His first was coming up, and they got their first few championships. Because he's averaging like 16 that first year. Yeah, I'm like, bro, you're bugging. Like, you're really he can't. Like his offensive game is not like that. Like, he's smart, but he's not gonna be some looking to score type of game. He's more of a defender, rebounder, passer. He's not a scorer at all.
Yeah, that 3-point shot would have to be way more consistent for to sniff that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't question nobody's heart and nothing like that. You feel me? But I do question his desire, like you said, his desire to play. Like, if it's not all set up for y'all to be in the conversation to win a championship, you don't want to have no parts. Because I remember that year too. I was watching like, I want to see what Draymond gonna do. He gonna lead these young bucks, gonna make sure they still competitive. Like, but that's what you would think from how Draymond carries himself. But if Steph not on the court, typically Draymond ready to be in the locker room. Like,
yeah,
it's not
exactly.
Not even like he gonna do a DMP or make him an excuse. No, I'm gonna suit up and then I'm gonna make sure I get something gonna happen. I'm gonna make sure I'm out of this game, chilling in the back. Like that's how it goes. Now you right for the Bucks too, right?
Mm-hmm.
First game, everybody going crazy. Dame time. This is what they needed.
Mm-hmm.
It's been rocky since. They're 6-4. What are you seeing from the Bucks? What are you seeing from this Dame Giannis tandem? Is it really going to work in the big picture?
I think big picture it is going to work out, but ultimately they are missing like go-to defender in Drew Holiday. So that's one day because we know Dame is not the greatest defender. He tries, but he people's gonna get past him. And Dame was basically talking about Malik Beasley trying to be that defensive stopper. Malik Beasley's not a great defender either. You would think Chris Middleton would be that guy as well, also, but he's been in and out the lineup. So I think they need to make a trade to get like that for sure defensive stopper on the perimeter. But I think they'll be all right if they make that trade. Like if I actually seen Chris Haynes, he posted about possibly the Bucks trying to make a move for Alex Caruso. So that would be a good trade for them. If they get able to pick him up, that would solidify their defense.
Where Alex Caruso will be a huge pickup for them. And I know you wrote an article on it. I was reading your thread, and you was like, Malik Beasley got you eating your words. Yeah. I wish we did the show before you wrote the article because I'm a Lakers fan. I saw Malik is not it. One of the most inconsistent players that we have in the league. You could have it where he's 6 for 8 from 3 that game. He's playing good defense. He's locked in. Then you have games where it's the 1 for 7, Tyrese Halliburton points to a screen. There's
I was
no
about to mention
screen.
that. That was crazy though. I was like, how, my thing is like, even if you like see like him pointing towards the screen, at least make some type of effort to go in that direction. He didn't even move, like nothing.
Stuck. And it's like the IQ aspect of it where I just wonder because the back line would have told you. And watching Bucks games, it's not like Brook or Giannis don't be calling stuff out. They would have said screen left, screen right. So for you to let Tyrese tell you literally, this is where you're gonna go, like that was shout out to Tyrese Halliburton. He's been kicking up, he's been tweaking this season. A lot of teams are 10 games in at this point. You know, I just talked about it on a video we did on Instagram. I was talking about the Pacers and their hot start and Tyrese Halliburton. For you, what has been some of your biggest takeaways from this 10 games, 11 games into the season so far?
I think a lot of the teams are doing better than I expected. Some teams are doing like exactly what I think they would, like the Nuggets, the Sixers. I feel like they're really doing good. Tyrese Maxey, he might get most improved, or Halliburton. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm surprised about the Pacers. I'm really surprised by them. But overall, I think the teams that I expected to be good, most of them are good. I'm a little disappointed in Miami right now. They're like a little up and down. But we know like playoff Jimmy, he's gonna kick it up a notch like later on in the season. But I feel like Miami needs to make a move to get somebody. I wonder what's up with Kyle Lowry. It seems like he don't be looking to score no more. Have you noticed that?
Might be the Heat culture, man. He might just be playing a role. I don't think Kyle has been the same since that last year. You feel me? When he was in Toronto, they won the championship, and it's kind of been going downhill ever since. Especially when Kawhi left. Now it's basically like he's back to the drawing board, back to. There wasn't a play-in back then, but basically you're a play-in team anywhere from 6 to 10. There's not a lot of great games going on. Now he gets to Miami. You saw he was out of shape the season before. This season, I'll give it, being that Kyle Lowry is a professional, you feel me? He's been in the league for a while. I'll give it that, just typical Miami Heat stuff.
Yeah.
They all just easing into it, even though some players like Tyler Hero and Bam, y'all young enough, y'all need to ease into nothing.
Yeah. Full throttle, go ahead.
Exactly. Tyler Hero, before the injury, he was definitely full throttle before that. But yeah, I don't know. Kyle Lowry, I think it's just that, like him and the vets is just like, they got that mindset, which is crazy, and they be working for them. Like, we'll pick it up after the All-Star break.
Yeah.
What? But it works.
It works. I mean, some teams it can work for, because you could get so far behind, you trying to play catch up. But I mean, where's Miami right now? Like 5-4 or something like that.
Miami currently they 7-4, third seed. So
okay, so yeah, they can pretty much kind of coast until All-Star break for now. And I think Kevin Love is out right now, so yeah, so I think they'll be all right.
Now we gotta talk about your Knicks, man. Your Knicks, they have been up and down. It's they're a conundrum because they're one of the top rated defenses, but then there's a lot of ISO ball that goes on. When they do share the rock, they look very, very hard to beat. You got Mitchell Robinson, he's balling out, but y'all don't share the rock with Mitch. And I know that's going to upset Mitch. What's your take? What do you think of your Knicks after so far this first 10, 11 games for them?
All right, so Randall disappointed me one game. He just I think the game against the Bucks, he was looking crazy. But he's starting to pick it up. But I do feel like they need to share the ball more. They rely heavy on ISO ball, and Mitch Robinson is balling right now, and his trainer posted on Instagram about so Mitchell's not a lob threat no more. Why they not like feeding him the ball off of lobs? What's going on with that? And he called out Coach Tibbs, like, "Hey Tibbs, run some plays for him." And I mean, you gotta feed the big man. You gotta reward him. He's running the floor. He's grabbing rebounds. He's doing everything you ask him to. So you gotta feed him sometime. And then if you don't, he's probably going to get disengaged. On defense, and you don't want that because he is your best defender on the team. Like Randall takes plays off. Brunson, undersized. Quentin Grimes is a good defender. RJ, he's getting better at it. So, and Josh Hart, he's always going to do his thing. So, yeah. Knicks, they're up and down, but I think they're going to finish top 6. I want to say, hopefully.
Mitch right now, again, it's super early. So for our viewers, our listeners, don't come at me crazy. But right now, at this point, I'd say super early again. Mitchell Robinson has to be in the front runner for DPOY. Like, and to his trainer's point, I ain't know his trainer posted that. Yeah, like, come on. I've seen a couple games where JB will go out his way to try to feed him, like to start off the third quarter. But outside of that, don't nobody really look for Mitch. We all have played ball. When you ain't getting the rock, suddenly, oh, yeah, he could score. Oh, I was supposed to call out the screen. My bad. I ain't touched the rock. It turned into that.
Exactly.
Very quickly right there. For you, man, on the Western Conference, we mentioned Denver. Denver is doing thing. Denver is balling. Who do you see as a possible, like, the number, again, super early, but who's the second best team in the West? Right now, Timberwolves have the second best record, but I don't know if people are buying into that.
If I remember correctly, Minnesota got the top rated defense right now, right?
Yes, sir.
So it is super early, and this is a Rudy Gobert team. So we know how regular season he puts up great defensive numbers. Then playoff time, they kind of fall apart. But super early, I want to say them. Let me check the record right now because it's hard to tell. Got Dallas. Dallas is up there. So my only thing with Dallas is that I feel like they need another big because it's just Derek Lively there, and I feel like they just need one more big because, like, if he gets in trouble, you got Dwight Powell, you got Maxi Kleber, but they're not people they're not people you're gonna worry about in the interior. Like Joker's gonna see that that's food. So I feel like they would be the next best threat, but honestly, it's looking like a easy run through for Denver.
Oh, I don't. It's looking spooky for anybody in the West actually causing a threat. Now, I did like what I saw from the Clippers game last night. They had spurts where it's like they're going to be one of the best offenses once they figure it out. They are really one of the best offenses, but where they lost the game, you got Kawhi, James Harden, and Paul George taking turns guarding Jokic.
That was weird. That was weird. Like I seen one play with Jokic just literally body Paul George. I'm like, yeah, this ain't a good idea. They was trying to double him, but Jokic is such a great passer. Of course, he's gonna find open man.
I'm like, y'all should have put Zubac in at least for the last 2 minutes to give another body. Now, granted, they already said that if he clears waivers, my man's from Indiana, he just signed, he got bought out. So he's supposed to possibly heading over there if he clears waivers.
Oh yeah, Daniel Tice, right?
Yeah, Daniel Tice. So that's another body over there that could possibly help. He not doing nothing with Nikola either. Yeah. But it gives you another look. And interestingly, the last 2 games, I don't know if you peeped it. The last like 2-3 minutes, Alou been benching Russ and putting in Harden. So I guess they're going with we riding the Harden train.
I've seen that too. I mean, this is my take on it. I feel like personally, Russ should be starting, right? You bring in James with the second unit, it give you that offensive push that you need off the bench. Him and Norman Powell could be the scorers off the bench. You have Zoo start, maybe you close out some games with Russ and Harden in the game together. And then maybe you, I don't know. I guess you could do the whole Kawhi or Paul George playing center thing. But also, Mason Plumlee is injured, so that's another big body that they have. But I think they say he's going to come back in the next few weeks or so. So maybe that will offer them some size, but I think they long term either Russ or Harden's going to have to come off the bench, preferably James.
I'm on the same book. Sit James behind down and let Russ start. And like you said, he's going to be able to. You can play exactly how you want to play, James, on that second unit. That's basically your team. Do whatever you want to do. We'll mix you in minutes with Kawhi. We'll mix you in minutes. We'll stagger the minutes with Paul George. But Russ, especially, I feel so bad for Russ. He getting the short end of the stick. The man already got they on a 1 year for like $8 million.
Yeah.
Harden comes and they was playing well. They was playing pretty decent before the Harden trade. And you gonna bring them in anyway? Now I gotta go to the bench.
They're like 0-6 with Harden now. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah. But you know who's also getting the short end of the stick? Bones Highland.
Oh, word! I saw him sitting on the
They said Tyler told him like due to the circumstances he's out the rotation because James is there.
I know that he hot too.
Yeah.
Denver,
but you know what's funny? It didn't seem like he was that mad about it because like he was laughing with James on the bench and everything. So like he might not be that mad about it. He probably understand like this is James Harden, but still, I think he should be getting minutes.
I think so too, but I get Ty Lue. I pray extra praise for Ty Lue, man. This is back-to-back seasons. This man he's probably gonna be bald by the end of the season. His therapist paid very well because I know he got to talk to his therapist dealing with this nonsense. I'm gonna get you out of here. I got 2 more things I want to ask you. Again, this is Jarrett L. Spence on the show. You already know. Make sure y'all go follow, support him, check out everything that he's writing. If he rocks with us like this, he might be on monthly. We'll see. We'll see how this go out.
I'll see why not. I do not see why not.
I saw on your threads now for threads, on Twitter it was like you tweeted, you threaded. Is that what we going with?
I think it's called threading. I think so.
Okay.
I think that's what they were saying in the beginning, but I think a lot of people just saying post now. But either one.
Threaded, post, whichever one.
Yeah.
Whatever one y'all use. Let me know in the comments what y'all using. You said, and I want you to, further expound on this. Some may agree, some may disagree. You said you see a lot of D Wade and Benedict Mathurin.
Yeah.
Explain that for our listeners and viewers, where you see that in Benedict's game. Okay,
so for me, we all know D Wade as that, that slasher, that big guard who's able to get to the basket, able to power his way there. I see a lot of that more last year with Ben Mathurin. I feel like he's really strong. He can get his way to the basket. He can get to the line. But I think the one, and then, he's able to split defenses, split screens, just like D-Wade used to do. But I think the one thing that sets Ben ahead than young D-Wade is the shooting. Ben can shoot. D-Wade had, that mid-range. He had the bank shot, but he ain't really never had that three-point shot. Ben got the three. But this season, I don't know what's really going on. Like, now that Halliburton is taking a step up, it seems like Ben is taking a step back. And maybe it's also because Bruce Brown is there as well. So maybe he's probably taking some of the shots. And, you got Obi Toppin there, which, I don't think Obi's doing that good to, yeah, he's like last game he played really good. But other than that, I haven't seen really anything from him. But I don't know. I think Ben's taking a step back for some reason. Maybe he'll pick it up late throughout the season, but I definitely see shades of young D Wade with him.
To your point too, like you just said, I think it's probably for him, young player, and I'm basically figuring out a new role now because y'all brought over Bruce Brown with the big bag, and y'all brought over Obi Toppin. And to your point, I've been watching Pacers games. I've been looking at box scores afterwards, and I'm like, Obi, bro,
Exactly.
bro, you looking like Tibbs was right and keep you in around a 13-minute, 15 minutes.
And that's what I've been saying about that, because people, I kid you not, bro. Twitter was going crazy like every single game. Trey Randall, let's start Obi. And Obi had some good games when Randall was out. Like he had a 40-point game. But I didn't see it consistently. You know, it seemed like Obi be taking plays off, disengaged at times. So it's like, where are you guys seeing the step that he's going to take as a consistent starter? Goes to the Pacers. I was like, okay, maybe we can see what he's going to do. Haven't seen anything yet. Just that last game against Philly.
Like you say, yeah, hopefully it turns around. My biggest thing has always been with Obi, like in a lot of those games where he got playing time or he started, for you to be that athletic and you should be averaging. When he was even coming off the bench, you should be getting 8, 9 boards easy. You're that athletic. You can jump out the gym. You're the highest jumper in everybody. But you feel me? Like Dennis Rodman was athletic. He just had the heart and was getting rebounds. You have the athleticism. Why aren't you? It never computes to me that these super athletic.
Yeah. But you know what it is with Obi? What I used to always say? He just be standing the 3-point line. Like he just stand in the corner. You can, if you're going to do that, you could cut back door, get an easy layup, get an easy putback, call for a lob, something, you know, like use your athleticism to at least get some type of points throughout the offense without actually having the ball in your hands. It can be that simple. Because I thought Obi honestly could have been like a Sean Marion for the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Run the floor. He's athletic enough to get up and down, fast breaks, and just catch lobs and just dunk on people. But he just was regulated to being a 3-point shooter. So I don't know.
It's him and players like that where what you're saying, what just came to my mind, his motor, it don't seem like he got that. Like you're that athletic, you should be averaging maybe 3 to 5 offensive rebounds per game. Like you should be figuring out ways to go get some extra buckets. It should be easily. It shouldn't be like the game I'm looking 8 points, 3 rebounds. That should never be the box score, especially now that you start in 22 minutes, 28 minutes, whatever you get that night. And Rick Carlisle, he's an NBA champion coach. Of course, sometimes he see you want some nonsense? All right, you only get 22 minutes tonight. I'm going to put in that deep roster that Indiana got of some dogs that want to play. Now you looking like it's the same position, and Tibbs somewhere looking, he 5-5, but Tibbs somewhere looking like, I told y'all. Speaking of Nick, I gotta end off with this because I love that you threaded this, you posted this. You said, yo, I'm missing some of this Knicks game because I'm watching Loki. What you think about the last episode?
So I didn't finish yet. it yet.
Okay.
I think I'm on like episode, because it's 6 episodes, right?
Yeah, 6 episodes.
I think I'm on episode 4 right now. So hopefully I'll finish it by this weekend.
Oh,
I started finishing it. I started watching it. I was like, let me check out some other games real quick and everything. So I was kind of flicking back and forth. So, but I heard the last episode was really good.
So definitely we have you back on because we got to talk about it because it's good. And then I don't know, you've been reading, some controversy. Like, did they change it because of John Majors? I definitely gonna get your input on it because I watched it last night. I was like, oh yeah. I'm not gonna go into it. Yeah, we definitely have to talk about it.
Yeah, I've been trying to avoid spoilers as much as possible because I was like, I don't want to see nothing. I just want to just like be surprised when I first see it. That and the Marvels. Like I'm trying to avoid every spoiler I can.
Hey, you're doing a good job because you're not on Twitter anymore, so you good. Twitter would have.
Good point. Facebook too.
They would have put out half of the episode on Twitter, so you probably you're gonna get no spoilers. And I ain't gonna give you no spoilers, so definitely gonna have you back on. Hey, appreciate you hopping on. Like we said earlier, make sure y'all go follow him. Make sure y'all support. And holiday season is coming up, so if you're in that DC area, or if he wants to travel, I don't know if he travels, and I'm not gonna put this man business out there and try to sell him. But Y'all hit them up and find out. It's holiday season, so y'all know y'all need y'all holiday photos. I know y'all want to have the family photos, you and baby moms. Y'all not together, but y'all want to take the photos. Hit up Jarrett, man. Hit up Jiggy Jarrett. Photos done. He is also a photographer outside of the journalism aspect. And for those that know, photography is art. Those that do it well are artists. It is to be appreciated. But you already know the vibes, man. If you stay ready, you don't gotta get ready. Bench Mob, we out. Peace.